Let's talk. You want to talk about O.J.?
Sure.
All right. Because that's what everyone's talking about, and people don't even know what to think. First of all, let me compliment the beautiful, vivacious, and someone who I've always felt was very talented, Cindy Garvey. Oh. Cindy Garvey.
What did she do?
Well, I'll explain. What, are you in a rush?
No, I just can't imagine how her name came up.
Take a look at her.
Yeah.
I always was outraged when Cindy Garvey was fired unceremoniously from the Regis Philbin show.
What'd she do, ask for more money?
Yeah, she said, gee, Regis is getting an awful lot of cash here. Do you think I could get some money, too? And evidently that was not in the cards. So they hired that yenta Kathy Lee Gifford. Personally, I could hack Cindy Garvey a lot more than Kathy Lee Gifford, but what do I know? What do I know? But, you know, people, I don't think anybody ever thought about Cindy Garvey as being particularly bright or brainy. And if you saw her on Larry King, did you see her Friday night?
No, I did not.
She came on and she said a couple of things. The first thing she said was, now this was they had just read on TV the suicide note about O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson left this long, rambling letter about this is the end, pretty much, and it would lead one to believe that he was about to go out and commit suicide. So Cindy Garvey's on Larry King, and she said, first of all, what the hell is all this sorrow for O.J. Simpson? There's a woman dead. Thank you. There's a woman dead. There's a guy, an innocent guy, a 20-something, 25-year-old guy dead. Model guy dead. And the evidence is stacking up pretty good against O.J. And everyone's, oh, O.J., poor O.J., poor O.J. Screw O.J.
Well, the best was all those people on the sidelines, you know, on the roadway. Cheering and hey, go Juice.
Go Juice. And in a way, O.J. was getting everything he wanted in life. Think about this for a second. O.J. made his career. The best part of O.J.'s life was when he was running down that football field and he was carrying the ball and everyone was screaming, go Juice, go Juice. Now, for the first time in a long time, he was going down the field, the highway, in his car as people screamed, go Juice, go Juice, go Juice. In a way, it was unbelievable for him. Hey, Fred, am I going to see your face the whole show? I don't know what happened to our balance, but now I see you the whole time. What happened to our...
Where are you, Fred, that you're not?
No, I never used to be able to see Fred's eyes or head, and somehow Fred is up higher. What?
I'm sitting exactly where I normally sit.
I know, but why am I seeing you?
They move this thing back, is what happened.
It's back.
So
I see.
No. You have to move. I think you have to move it closer to you.
The more closer I move it, the more I see you.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think if you move it closer to you, you won't see me.
The people are right. You're frightening. I mean, I'm looking at you the whole time. It's very distracting.
I saw the videotape. I didn't see myself.
Did you used to have things? Did you used to have things piled up in front of your face?
Yeah, but the guys from E came in and moved everything.
I don't care what they do. I can't look at you during the show.
I think that they're looking to get those Fred reaction shots.
I don't care. I'm not looking at Fred for the whole show.
You're acting like I'm the one who...
Gary, bring in a paper bag that Fred may wear it during this
you wear the show. You wear the paper bag.
No, you're wearing a paper bag. I don't need to wear the paper bag. I still see you.
No, well, that's your problem.
No, you can cut the eyes out.
Wear a blindfold.
I need to see.
Well,
you don't.
Take it off during the
No, seriously, can you just put something up?
No, I mean...
No, sir, it's distracting me is what I'm saying. Can you put something up?
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Just put some cards or something up in front of your face.
Okay.
All right, good.
Thank you. Makes me feel good.
No, it has nothing to do... I don't care if Cindy Crawford was sitting there, Fred. It has nothing to do with making you feel good. I don't want to look at anyone but Robin.
You're quite beautiful, really.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You wear that, Jeff.
That'd be good. Put that up.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, it has nothing to do with it being you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think it does.
We're out of paper bags, but plastic would be wrong,
Fred,
right?
better yet, could you put up this... Just try it on, will you?
No, I heard
we won't tie the bottom.
I won't... You don't have to... Let me see if this works better.
No, I don't
Would you rather look at Woolworths?
Just for a second, let me see.
No, I don't think so.
Fred.
It's very dangerous.
Fred.
For a second?
For a second. Let me just see how it looks.
Right here. Warning, to avoid danger of suffocation, keep away from babies and children. Do not use cribs, beds, carriages, or playpens.
Just try it for a second.
No, I can't. I'm sorry. And now it's free advertising. Okay, for 1 second.
Yeah, right, for 1 second. Thank you.
This is going to make it... Hold on.
See, I can work that way.
Better?
That is better. That's a lot better. If you would just wear that, I wouldn't have to stare at you.
There you go.
All right, thank you, Fred. All right. Hey, give Fred that. Maybe that would be better. Here's something else you could try. Try this.
Try that.
Yeah.
Better?
Now that's okay.
Maybe we should put that on a stick.
Yeah.
So that Fred can just hold that.
All right, I'll put up this sign now, and that'll be just fine.
Boy.
Thank you. I don't want to see Fred when I work.
Sorry.
I don't want to see Jackie. I don't want to see anybody.
He just built the Berlin Wall in front of Fred.
There you go. Jeez.
I'm sorry.
I think there's a message being sent here, but I'm not sure what it is.
Stay out of my face. All right, anyway, Robin. Where was
You're really
I?
afraid of Fred.
Yeah, I don't like looking. It's very disturbing looking at Fred. I can't explain it to
Let's
the people.
analyze this.
I can't explain it.
Well, you should be able to.
Well, maybe I better take.
Explain everything else.
What?
I hope the camera can get a shot of me now.
I don't know if it can.
The guys can come in and tell me, but
Put it
Because I
on
was
the
just
side.
wondering where the camera is that's
No, but if
shooting
you turn it
from
on the
that
side, then it's going to be just as low as it was.
no, I got this under control. As long as the camera can get me.
Right.
All right. Now I got to get the microphone to stay still. The microphone just moves. Look, on its own.
Oh,
look
wonderful.
at this. Look. So I can't. I can't do this show
Using the
anymore.
microphone in
Yeah.
order to do the show.
It pans my face. I can't get it to stay. There's such garbage equipment in here. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's
Every
laughable.
day you come in, there's something different that is annoying.
Can someone take a note that we're going to need to fix this microphone stand that I cannot literally get it to stay? It just will not. Look at this. Look at what I'm with. This is a show that makes millions of dollars, and I don't have a microphone that stays. Okay.
No, it's staying.
Yeah, but now I can't see you.
Don't
so
touch
good.
it.
Wait, I'll touch this. Okay, very good. Where was I? Oh, Cindy Garvey. So, in talking about O.J. Simpson, Larry King puts on Cindy Garvey. After all, she was married to Steve Garvey, who was supposedly giving her mental abuse, not physical abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what guy doesn't give his wife mental abuse? But
I would say that that's pretty prevalent. You're even an offender.
I'm an offender of that. I'm a big fan of that.
Fan?
Keeps my wife in line.
Oh, you.
Mental abuse.
Why is it you feel you have to keep your wife in line?
Oh, otherwise she gets out of control.
What does she do? What is she going to do that's so horrible?
Don't sidetrack me.
Well, we'll get back to
All
that.
right, we'll write that down. And
All right.
get back to it.
I want to ask that question.
Good. That's you're perfectly entitled, but it's not your time yet.
Okay.
I really want to talk about O.J. Simpson. I have a lot on my mind.
Well,
about
go on with this Cindy Garvey line.
So Cindy Garvey comes on, and they say to her, well, it looks like O.J. Simpson's going to kill himself. Now, if you can take yourself back to Friday night, it sure as hell looked like he was going to kill himself, and it would have made sense if he killed himself.
In fact, when it first started, I thought he had gone somewhere and already done it.
So had I. So Cindy Garvey gets on. They say, do you think O.J.'s going to be found dead? And she said, I'm going to tell you something, Larry. By the way, Larry King now is so out of it, he's calling Cindy Garvey Cynthia Garvey, the whole interview. Doesn't even call her by her right name. Cynthia Garvey, he's calling her.
So he doesn't prepare for the show at all anymore.
No.
Doesn't even learn the person's name.
As my father said, I think Larry King has lost interest in doing anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Except dating women and
Right.
proposing to them.
Yeah, he needs the show to get the dates. Because if you look at his face, he ain't going to get a date without that show.
He knows he has to hold on to some kind of media outlet.
Right. As funny as this face is, I know if I'm going to keep everyone, I got to have a show. Larry knows that too, I think. Anyway, Cindy Garvey says to Larry point blank, oh no, Larry, O.J. Simpson has not shot himself, nor will O.J. Simpson shoot himself, because any man who is a wife abuser, a beater of women, is a coward. So Larry goes, and she goes, I guarantee you, O.J. Simpson doesn't have the guts to pull the trigger on himself.
Absolutely.
So I listened to it. I said, boy, oh boy, oh man, she's something else, this woman. But who knows? I started thinking, I said, I think she's right. And sure enough, there you saw him in the car with a gun to his head. And so pulled it.
That was so funny. I said, you know what? This is the kind of shot they use in those stupid parody movies all the time.
Yeah.
Of a guy with a gun to his own head threatening the police. Don't come any closer.
Do you remember the classic Mel Brooks movie, Blazing Saddles?
Yes, that's right.
The black guy is holding up a gun to his own head. There's a whole mob around him ready to lynch him. And he yells out, nobody make a move, or this is a one dead nigga. The guy goes, and the nigga's going to be dead.
And he gets himself out of the situation holding the gun
to
his own
if
head.
any of you white people make a move, this nigger is dead.
Stay back.
And he's holding a gun to his own head.
Yes.
Like somebody cared.
One false move.
One false move.
Didn't they remember that O.J. was in show business?
Yeah. In fact, I wish he had turned in this good a performance in Towering Inferno or whatever the hell he was in. So, was he in Towering Inferno? I think so.
One of those disaster movies. Which one was it?
Yeah.
Might have been Towering Inferno.
Listen, I'm proud to say that O.J. still sits on the board of this radio station. Believe it or not, even though he's in prison.
There's not another election yet, I don't think.
This is the same company that keeps Greaseman on the air. Why not keep O.J. around?
Innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. No matter how much of a disaster, keep him around.
I kept waiting to see Infinity Broadcasting in the story.
Thank God it wasn't.
It was kept out.
No, O.J. is on the board of directors of this company that we work for, and I think it's very good that we keep him on the board of directors because...
we have to have a black representative.
We need a black... Listen, it's hard to find a black guy to sit on the board. Well, O.J. really was the black guy on the board, you know, so we're going to find another one. I think it's going to be Colin Ferguson, who shot all the white people on the Long Island Railroad. I thought it was
Don't you think we ought to stay out of the courts for a while?
I think it was good we fired Meg Griffin, the disc jockey, and kept O.J. I think that was good planning. No, but it's, you know, we are a company that believes even though someone's a disaster like the Greaseman, we stick with him. You stick by him.
You support people to the bitter end.
That's right. Even as O.J.'s in the chair, he can be comfortable knowing we will keep him.
They will be calling him for decisions.
He will be on the board of directors of Infinity Broadcasting.
O.J., we need a vote.
Well, I'm sure everyone knows we couldn't have predicted O.J.'s dilemma. Anyway.
No, he acted very charming when he was in those board meetings.
Charming. He was delightful, Rob. Robin was even impressed.
In fact, it was so funny because one of the things I was reading this weekend said O.J. was the kind of black guy even white racists felt comfortable around.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, the Ku Klux Klan is in mourning. They said, how could this be O.J., the one black guy we like? So anyway, let me tell you about O.J. Simpson. So Cindy Garvey says this, and he's standing around with a gun to his head and all this and the other thing. And police arrest him, and the funniest thing I thought was, holy cow, this guy is on suicide watch. They got him now in prison on suicide watch. I said, what kind of suicide watch? The guy had 24 hours with guns to commit suicide. This is a guy who's not going to commit suicide. Suicide watch. What's he going to do in prison? How's he going to kill himself? Bang his head against the bars?
It was so funny. They said they even took his shoelaces and the sheets away.
All right. Now, so
that he can't do anything.
Let me tell you, like he's going to do something. This guy isn't going to do anything. Cindy Garvey was absolutely right. This Cindy Garvey...
That note was the most ridiculous suicide note I've ever read.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let me say I'm innocent. And poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me.
Yeah, right.
Poor me.
Well, anyway, they got him in prison now under suicide watch. Why, I don't know. I guess he's going to eat the toilet bowl and kill himself.
Well, it's some kind of stupid suicide watch. He's in a cell, okay, 7 by 9 foot cell.
Yeah.
With a big metal door on it and a little itty-bitty window.
Yeah, like Hannibal Lecter.
He's in there by himself most of the time anyway.
Right.
They come and look in the window every once in a while.
Let's see, did he commit suicide? No? Well, I done watch.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, okay. Now, let me tell you who the real villain is in the O.J. Simpson story. Now, this is what people need to know.
Oh, there's a real villain besides O.J.?
Good thing I do a radio show. What would anybody have to think about all day?
Well, they'd be thinking the wrong thoughts, obviously.
Right. They need me to program them. Who the real villain is? How do you identify a villain in this story?
Mm-hmm.
Is the villain O.J.? Is the villain, I don't know, the wife? Did she drive him crazy? Is the villain society? Is the villain the high school football coach who coached O.J.? Who is the villain in this? Now, let me tell you about our society. Right now, there are a lot of battered women who don't have the celebrity of being married to an O.J. Simpson. And every day in the courts, you have a situation where these batteries come up and nobody knows what to do. In the case of O.J. Simpson, here is a guy who not only beat his wife on 8 occasions, but on one occasion they
You don't know how many occasions. You know there were 8 phone calls to the police.
Who knows? It could have been tons.
They don't start calling the police until it gets really, really bad.
Right. Robin is an expert. I've hit her a few times.
I know how to take a punch.
I beat you with my shoe. So anyway, the real villain in this is the judge who saw O.J. Simpson in court. Now hear me out. This O.J. Simpson is brought into court. The woman that he is married to, he's got a broken lip, her face is bashed in. It's clear that he has beaten her. And I guess this judge felt, wow, it's O.J. Simpson. Maybe he was a football fan. But he let this guy, O.J. Simpson, not only pay a few bucks to get out of this. What O.J. should have done was jail time, which the judge would have been fine in committing O.J. Simpson. Same way they took Leona Helmsley and made an example of her. Take O.J. Simpson, throw the friggin' book at him. Not only would he have thought twice now he said, holy cow, I'm O.J. Simpson. I lost all my endorsement deals. I'm in prison.
Maybe for that one little 30-day jail term.
You bet. It might have
awakened O.J.
Oh, you bet. Listen, it's better than what they did. Listen to what this judge did. He let O.J. Simpson... They said, you got to go see a psychiatrist. He says, well, listen, I got to do a lot of road trips for my job. He says, you know what, just call the psychiatrist on the phone. The judge made a joke out of the whole thing. The judge let him pay off a couple of bucks to get out of it. Where do you see a guy beats his wife, he pays a couple of bucks, he gets out of it? Where do you see that? How does a judge sleep at night doing something like that? Did the judge not have any compassion for this woman who was getting her face bashed in? You see what's wrong? They will never... I have not read one newspaper article indicating who this judge was that allowed this to happen. And now we should not only... I would like somebody to tell me the judge's name. I would like to see this judge removed from the bench. That is what's... never mind the FCC going after me because I might say penis on the air. Forget about that.
The FCC would have been, if they had been brought into a room with O.J. Simpson, they'd have all been smiling and shaking his hand and asking for autographs.
The FCC would have said, well, O.J.'s a great guy. He doesn't say penis.
Yes.
He's a good role model.
Oh, so he beat his wife a little bit.
Was the judge blind? O.J. was hitting that fine blonde piece. And, first of all, okay, it wasn't even an ugly woman O.J. was beating. You like a look at that beautiful woman. What? I mean, the judge would have to be blind.
Were you saying he would have been justified if she had been ugly?
If O.J. had beaten some slob, it might have been okay, all right?
See, this is where you're wrong.
Under the law. I might be off on that.
See, now you're joking about
let me say something.
Violence.
Yes, in all seriousness, once in a while I get thrown a joke around. In all seriousness, let's start with our good-looking women. And
absolve them of battery.
No, in all seriousness, someone has got to now say a judge has poor judgment. This guy is not fit to sit on the bench. I haven't seen one reporter come out about the judge. I haven't seen any television newscaster say they should hold up his picture like a criminal.
That is not exactly true. They had a show on ESPN.
ESPN? That's worse than where this show is.
Or maybe it was CNN, one of their sports shows.
Right.
Because there was a sports call-in show, like right after all this, or during all this O.J. coverage.
Yeah.
And they had that Gloria Allred on, and she was saying exactly these things.
Oh, was she?
Yes, absolutely. That you got to find this judge. Yeah, I mean, even the prosecutor, she said, because at the time of the case, the prosecutor only asked for 30 days in jail,
where do you
and
see
he
that?
wanted court-supervised counseling.
Yeah, court-supervised. Listen, this guy should have been treated like a criminal, O.J. Simpson, thrown in jail where he would have sobered up a little bit. He probably would have lost his Hertz deal. He would have lost
there would have been a big wake-up call.
Big wake-up call, and maybe this woman would have stood a chance against this bully, this O.J. Simpson. And I'll tell you something. I've never seen anything like it. It was so...
But unfortunately, you try to explain to people, because what I heard when this first occurred, when I remembered that he had battered her in 1989 and pleaded no contest, I immediately said, O.J.'s guilty.
Yeah.
And everyone I talked to said, you cannot make the leap from beating your wife once to stabbing her and slitting her throat. And I have tried to explain to people
and you
that
made that leap.
Never, ever, ever call the police the first time you're hit.
How do you know so much? Come here. Come over here for a second. I gotta
check my face for bruises.
You know what? Yeah. I want to see if someone was beating you over the weekend.
No one ever calls the first time. It starts with verbal abuse, which escalates to physical abuse, which continues to increase.
Never mind that, Robin. Let's point out the other real villain. The Los Angeles storekeepers that sell knives and gardening equipment to black people. Now,
here we go.
Now
there's a leap.
You're leaping.
Take a big leap.
If you're leaping, I'm going to leap. All right.
I can't get garden equipment anymore?
You should not be trusted with yeah, why would you need gardening equipment? What do you care if you can get it? Anyway, then I'm reading about... All right, I'll continue this. Let me take a break, okay? And then I want to talk some more about O.J. Simpson and what I've been reading. And this law I'm trying to get passed against blacks buying gardening tools. And you know you can have a white man buy you some gardening tools, Robin, if you really become desperate. All right.
We also have to talk about how you ended the Long Island Railroad strike.
Thank you. I'd like to replay my phone call to the governor's office.
Yes. Got him in gear.
Yes. By the way, for those of you just tuning in, I ended the Long Island Railroad strike, and I will detail that later. Scott, pull the tape about how I did that. I'd like to replay that. I'll be back with more thoughts on O.J. Simpson, your phone calls, and the big phone call made to Peter Jennings. I guess that you heard about this.
You have that?
I have it.
I read about it. I can't wait to hear it.
Yes, I have it all for you. Don't tune away.
Peter Jennings, I always thought he was a very bright man.
It's a good weekend for me, ending that Long Island Railroad strike. Now, if I could only end the gay games and get rid of the Puerto Rican Day Parade, I'd be in business. I'd be everyone's hero.
Well, you were represented at the gay games as well. I understand that there was a gay run in Central Park.
Yes.
And Larry Melrose Green
was in it.
Ran the whole distance of whatever the race was with a Howard Stern sign.
Oh, did he? What is he doing in the gay games?
I don't know. He just decided to run to represent you, I suppose.
I see. I know he's not gay. At least I think he's not. No, as far as I know, he's not. All right, let's take a break, and we'll be back right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
So now that we're doing a TV show, Ralph, the annoying hairdresser, is in here every minute fixing my hair, and it's like I like to use the time in the commercials to sort of take a moment to take a breather, collect your thoughts, think about what you want to do next. And now every minute it's Ralph, and Ralph hums behind me, makes commentary. He's right in on everything, and I like Ralph. Don't get me wrong, I like hanging out with Ralph.
I was surprised to see that big credit Ralph gets.
Oh, did he? I didn't see I don't get E-television, so I didn't see the show.
Howard's hair and makeup.
Oh, really? I thought it was you want to be known as a stylist.
Or something like that. Well, I know it was...
We'll get that straightened out.
Yeah, I saw the
hair
first...
and makeup stylist, baby.
Yeah, I saw the first show, and I want to change some of the microphones around and things like that. I've got a whole bunch of thoughts, but I'll discuss those with you later. We're on O.J. Simpson right now.
I won't bother you every break. It's just your hair's a little dry, and I just had to fix it up.
Yeah, I know, but you don't understand. I need some downtime away from you, Ralph.
Yeah. And if you do come in, don't hum. Or talk.
Well, he has this thing like usually
I told you something important too, so.
Yeah, but you can go tell Gary that. You don't have to tell me.
Okay, yeah.
And he has an annoying voice. You know how he's like, yeah.
So, I'll speak louder.
That's better.
Okay.
And wear a bag over your head.
Yeah. Get that plastic bag to him. See how he looks.
I was watching the TV show when Ralph was on, and they didn't show Ralph's big purple tooth and gum. Do it now, maybe it'll get on tonight's show. Just do a big smile. Look at the black around the... Let me just do commentary while... Maybe they can even circle the tooth. Yeah, but smile bigger.
Okay.
All right, you see, not only does his tooth look funny, but it's got a big purple ring around it on the gum. An aura.
It's a glowing aura.
And there's, if you notice, there's to the upper, I guess, right hand of your screen...
Show your bottom teeth. Your teeth are pretty messed up, too.
Yeah, I noticed on the close-ups my bottom teeth look real bad. I'm going to go have Dr. Kaufman.
Go like this.
Let me see.
I'm going to have Dr. Kaufman fix them and bleach them.
Yeah.
Because it looks real bad. My lower teeth. I inherited my teeth genetics from my father, whose teeth are like green.
I'm going to have him fix mine, too.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Well, I don't know if he can get near that mouth. How long has it been since you've been to a dentist?
No, I went to him like 3 months ago and had a cleaning.
Okay.
I had a big meeting yesterday on the phone with the E-people, and I said, you guys are working a little too close to my face with the cameras. I said, this is not a face made for intense close-up scrutinization. I saw Tom Chiusano. I saw Tom Chiusano on the first E! show, and he looked absolutely beautiful. Fred was in here going...
No makeup, nothing.
Yeah, Fred goes, God, Tom's gorgeous. I said, yeah.
Everybody now sees what I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Fred's in love with him.
It's unbelievable.
It's very difficult to work with Tom.
Yeah, it really is.
I see what Robin sees.
I saw what Robin saw a long time ago, but man, on TV, he's beautiful.
He is a perfect bone structure.
Yeah, he's a nice-looking guy.
Good skin color.
And me, they're on intense close-ups of my face, and my teeth look... I mean, I noticed my teeth, too. It was awful.
Really?
But at least my gums are good. You got gum disease.
It's just this one right here.
What did Dr. Kaufman say about your gums? Did he say that they're diseased?
No.
What did he say?
I needed a cleaning. I need another cleaning, too.
Yeah, maybe you need like 12 cleanings.
I need to be cleaned every day.
How many cleanings will it take before that area turns white?
Yeah, snaggletooth. Like, when will it start looking normal?
I don't know. Probably never.
Snagglepuss. And then, if you notice Ralph's berry, that's something you could remove.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't take it off. You think
He's
I
sort
should?
of attached to it, I think.
I think I should remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you know what? It doesn't look so bad when I'm far away from you, but you get close, you see all it's red, and I don't know how close the camera can get on it. But here, let me use my pointer.
I was at a strip club one night. Yeah, I never really think about it. I was at a strip club one night.
See, right here, if you get very close, it starts to look. It has dimension to it, and has
girth.
It's very well raised.
Yeah.
And you wonder exactly where it's attached.
I remember once, 4 years ago, Robin said, I was looking at it, I just want to take my fingernail and flick it off.
I know, and it's almost like a mood berry, because when he gets really upset, his face turns red and the berry turns purple.
Yes.
And like when he's happy, it's almost greenish in color.
What color is it now?
Right now, it's turning almost purple.
I'm not upset though.
Yeah, but I don't know. You might be a little flushed or embarrassed.
Nervous or something.
Plus, your berry was in the sun yesterday. That tends to throw it off.
I was sunning my berry.
Yeah.
I put a little sunblock on it so it wouldn't get too
I wish
red.
Gary, our producer, would take his big teeth and bite off Ralph's berry.
Ralph
There's a
bleed
show.
to death.
Ralph's teeth are more rotten than OJ's marriage. Because look at this. Look, let me show the camera. What the hell? Let me show the camera.
Let this be a lesson to every child out there.
This tooth right here has.
It's done?
Yeah, that one has the ring around it. Look around the gum. But look at all the teeth over here. This row. Move your finger. They're almost green.
No, they're not.
Oh, take a look in the mirror.
No, I brush my teeth.
And you have that one fake tooth that's completely white, and all the rest are completely different color.
You know, like black guys have that big gold tooth. I'm doing something different. I have a big white tooth.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't you get out of here? I really want to talk about O.J. Simpson, not you. I really don't want to talk about Ralph on today's show.
Just don't be annoying during the commercial.
Right. Don't annoy me, because it really. And you know what he does? He's like messing around with my hair, and he's like pulling on it and stuff. And I go, Ralph, dude, you don't understand something. The content of this show is more important right now than you foxing with my hair, because he doesn't like the way it looks with the headphones on, and he wants a certain amount of hair cascading into my face.
I see.
And I could dig where he's coming from, but I need some downtime to sort of mellow out. And he's back there going, hey man. And then I go, Ralph, can you quiet down? Oh, I'm sorry. I go, I'm asking you to quiet down because I'm trying to think. Oh, okay.
That was when I was doing your hair in the back this morning.
Well, like when I come in the morning, I want to read the newspaper, know what's going on.
for 2 seconds.
And he's like,
I'm happy.
Yeah, and it's like the guy wants to badly be noticed, and he's got to understand, I can't talk to him then. It's not gonna, this whole thing isn't going to work.
You were talking to me. I didn't even say anything to
But
you.
he was being polite, probably.
Oh, dude. And then he goes like,
you love me.
Then I'm looking at O.J. Simpson stories, and they have different pictures of girls O.J. dated and great pictures of O.J.'s ex-wife, who's a real knockout.
Hey, now.
And Ralph's like behind me going, hey, now. And I'm like, dude.
Don't disturb.
Yeah, like, and you know, he's like a little kid. He looks at the pictures.
I didn't care what they said.
Hey, no. Yeah, she's dead, dude.
What a shame, man.
Yeah, that is a shame. All right, get out of here now.
All right, man.
All right, thank you. Anyway, let me begin my next dissertation on O.J. by playing this incredible piece of tape. I have not heard it yet. What is it, Papa Booey?
We, if you want, we have the guy who made the phone call.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Plus, we have another. It wasn't as national, but a very funny phone call that was also made to the news about you and O.J.
Oh, good. Okay. This was out of Los Angeles.
I wondered who made this call. It wasn't one of the regulars?
No.
In fact, yeah, we'll get everyone to. You know what? Let me take a little break, and I'll have a whole phone call presentation for you right after these words.
We're back with the Howard Stern Show.
Yes. Yeah. We're back.
I was just going to point out that you're wearing very dark glasses in a dark studio.
Well, the whole TV show thing is weird that we're taping the radio show for TV because I want to look handsome, and I saw a piece of tape of me wearing my regular glasses that I normally wear in here, and I didn't look handsome. I got to wear dark glasses, so it's a dark studio with dark glasses, and quite frankly, I'm near blind.
You don't care about your eyesight.
No, I want to look handsome.
You'd rather go blind.
Right. Thank you. Now you got it.
You got your priorities straight.
Thank you, Robin. What is it, Baba Phony?
We have 2 phone callers on the line. The first one, this guy right there, that's the guy that made the phone call to Peter Jennings on Friday night about the O.J. Simpson thing.
Okay.
Hello, gentle sir.
Oh, by the way, Robin, you had something you... hi, how you doing?
Hello.
Okay, give me a second here, Robin. You want to announce the name of the judge. I want Robin to... Now, don't announce it right this second.
Okay.
I want to first say something. If O.J. Simpson had the book thrown at him by this judge, O.J. came up before a judge. He had just beaten his wife's face in. The judge should have taken this O.J. I would love to interview this judge and say, what do you have a hard-on for celebrities? I mean, what is... I hope that someday if I ever get in trouble, I get you as a judge. If you're that enamored with celebrities. Because...
Well, you have to understand, he probably couldn't even get good counseling. The counselor. The psychiatrist, whoever he was talking to by phone. Oh, I'm talking to O.J.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is enamored of O.J. Simpson, and it's like, wow, a judge sees a woman all bloodied. I don't care who punches you. If a celebrity or non-celebrity, throw the book at the guy.
The law should be administered equally regardless of station.
I'm going to predict the judge is 1, white, 2, a football fan, and 3, too old to be in his position. Or something, because we are now going to announce the name of the judge.
I don't know his age.
He really should be disjudged.
Or whether he's a football fan, but his name is...
What is the word? Wait, no, we're gonna have a timpani and everything when you announce the name. What is it when like a lawyer gets disbarred? What is it? Disjudged?
I don't think that's the term.
Disrobed, defrocked, de-wigged, de-judge. What is it that they do to a guy to throw him off the bench?
Unseat him?
Unseated. I know some of these judges, and I've never been able to figure this out. Some are appointed by politicians, and some are elected.
Yes, and I don't know which this would be.
Yeah, would you understand that whole thing? Like, how many judges are appointed by politicians? I mean, I've never gotten into that, nor do I care, but how come some of them have to run for re-election, and then some of them are appointed?
Yeah, the federal judges are appointed.
Right. I think state judges are elected.
But some of them have to be appointed. You don't vote for the chief judge or, the guy who's on the appeals court.
Yeah, because I know when I vote for judges, they might maybe give you 5 different judges to vote for at the most, and there's tons of judges.
Yeah. So I don't think that all of them are elected.
But get this guy off the bench. Give him the hook if you have to, because someone has got to set an example to these judges that they must throw the book at people. I don't mean in stupid little cases. I'm talking about when a guy walks in and his wife is full of blood, and this guy has done it. If O.J. Simpson had been locked up for a month even, and that would have been a big story. O.J. in prison, he would have lost.
There have been repercussions.
He would have lost revenue. Who knew this guy had so much money? My God, you see the money he has just from Hertz Rent-A-Car?
Incredible money, and they paid for all of his vacations, so he didn't even have to spring for his own vacation.
What do you mean? How come? How did they pay for his vacation?
The vacations were just on Hertz.
You mean they just said, hey, we want to give you vacation?
That was part of his deal.
It said yesterday in Newsday that he and his wife and the kids would go to Hawaii every year for some long period of time. I don't know if there was a Hertz convention down there, but I mean, they would send him for a really long time.
Right.
Why?
Yeah, he might be at the convention for a day.
Why am I not at a convention? Why am I not in Hawaii?
And there were other vacation spots he was often at. Vail.
Look at the life this guy had. I said, you think about his life. This is why people are amazed. Here's a guy who liked to play golf. He played golf almost every day with his buddies.
He even said goodbye to his golf friends in his suicide note.
The golf friends is going to be the thing that's hard to give up. That's the punishment. If O.J. had to give up his golf friends for a month, he would have thought long and hard about what he was doing.
It would have been pretty uncomfortable walking onto the green after having spent 30 days in jail.
When a guy beats his wife like O.J. Simpson and they don't give him jail time, they let him pay some money, which money was meaningless to him. And then he was laughing at the court. And then he says, oh, by the way, I work for NBC. I can't go to a psychiatrist. I got to make phone calls to the psychiatrist.
Very busy.
That's laughing at justice. How ironic is it that O.J. hurts other people? When
I saw the Hertz, I was walking down the street the other day and I saw the Hertz sign. This was the same day that O.J. was in the car with the gun to his head.
Yeah.
I had to laugh.
Yeah, I know. And it's just weird, too, because if you wanted to get him out of the car, all they had to do Friday night was put up 2 goalposts.
Right.
At the end of the highway.
Or a few hurdles.
Yeah, and as soon as O.J. passed through the goalposts, it would have been it, and then he would have gotten out of the car. But Cindy Garvey, of all people, I tell you, this woman's phenomenal. She was so intelligent on the Larry King show. Maybe she wasn't that intelligent, just as opposed to Larry King, who sounds like a blithering idiot. She sounded intelligent. But when she said O.J. will never kill himself, this is right after the suicide note was released, she said, Larry, the guy's a coward. Guys who beat their wives are cowards. And she gave this articulate sort of a response to wife beating and this whole thing. She's dynamite. I want to have sex with her so bad.
Is that a reward for
Yeah,
being smart?
I want to give her the reward for being smart. And I tell you something, I don't know what Steve Garvey was looking for in a woman, but damn, that's enough woman for me. She looks great.
You seem to miss the point all the time. That woman that OJ was running around on was beautiful, too.
Not as smart as Cindy Garvey, though, Robin.
What has smart got to do with it?
A lot.
Cindy Garvey likes you, too.
I know. I can get her, I think.
She likes you. I mean, she calls
She
off the
seems to be
air.
on and off, though.
No.
She has said a few.
She called
unkind
Howard off
words.
the air to thank him for being such a nice man.
Yeah. Just because they complimented her and said that she deserved a raise on the Regis Philbin show.
That was years ago.
I just realized something. We have TV cameras in here, and I have my hand in my lap about 20. Does that come through on camera?
I hope so. I hope people know about it.
It's like I'm down here, like, picking my
So
genitals.
when you go off the deep end, they won't be sitting there saying, "Oh, but he was such a nice guy."
Yeah, I'm sitting here playing with myself, and there's 3 or 4 robot cameras on it.
Please, train in on his hands.
Anyway.
Monitor every time they leave the top of the console.
Oh, God. And I love doing that during the show. It gets me pumped. Gets me juiced.
I guess you're going to have to learn a more professional way to work.
All right, which guy's on the phone now?
Okay.
Wait a minute, I never said the judge's name.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you want that?
Now Robin is going to announce the judge's name. I'm curious to hear the name. I want to see what type of ethnic background. I gotta hear the judge's name. Fred Timpany.
The judge's name is?
Robin, look sexy when you say it. 95% the guy's a Jew. Oh, I hope it's not a Jew or a black or a... What do you hope it is? What do you hope it is?
I know. See, I can't...
Oh, Fred, what do you hope it is?
You'd think it was a Jew, but I think he's Irish. I don't know why.
Do you think he's going to be Irish?
I think he's going to be an Irish guy.
Maybe it'd be good if it was a Jew.
Could be.
I don't understand any of this.
All right, go ahead. Never mind what everyone else thinks. Go ahead. What is it?
Municipal Judge Ronald
Weinstein.
Schoenberg.
Liberal. Where's the Hitler card?
They say he wouldn't comment on this last week.
But Adolf Hitler said the following.
Aber wir werden auch die nicht vergessen, die den richtigen Weg einschlagen.
All right, enough of that.
We have to thank the USA Today for revealing that name.
Well, here's the point. Justice Schoenberg,
Judge. He's just a municipal judge.
whatever he is, this guy let OJ off with a joke of a sentence. Hey, OJ, can you come to my son's bar mitzvah? OJ, can you? My boy's going to be bar mitzvah.
Can we be friends?
Please. I mean, he should catch some heat.
He might have been one of the golf buddies by now.
Hey, OJ, I understand you're a golfer. What's master, OJ? I don't know. I got to find out where someone told me about this, that OJ is pleading black stress.
I don't know where you could have found that. OJ, I understand, is nothing but cry in his cell.
Baby. All right, which guy is this? Is this a guy from Los Angeles? Or
This is the guy that called ABC Network News with Peter Jennings and said that...
Now, I understand. I didn't see the ABC report, but Al Michaels was part of it.
Yeah.
Well, Al Michaels comes into it because Peter Jennings has no...
Al Michaels is a big fan of our show. He's a sports announcer with ABC, obviously. Everyone knows who he is. And Peter Jennings, I guess Peter Jennings, you know, it's really true what I say about anchor people. We watch them, and the real good ones make you feel like they're so intelligent.
Yes.
But Peter Jennings, like all anchormen, is a puppet head.
He's like the straw man in The Wizard of Oz.
If it is not written down on a piece of paper for an anchorman, I guarantee you they can't say it.
I don't think Peter Jennings has a brain.
They don't know that it's a phony phone call until somebody tells them in their earpiece.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll just keep going.
Because what it was is the setup was OJ was out on the highway, I guess, and they're following it, and Peter Jennings says, I haven't heard this yet, but Peter Jennings says something like, hey, there's a guy, a witness right there. He saw OJ.
No, they're already in the driveway
Yeah.
at this point.
Oh, okay. And he says, he says, I'm OJ's neighbor. But meanwhile, the guy sounds like Stephen Fetchit. He goes, hello, Dad. Peter Jennings. It was a real bad one. He
Doing
did
a real bad black dialect?
Like I do every day. And he goes, now, looky here, I see out the dough. Now, first of all, where's the guy who sounds like that next door to O.J. Simpson? I mean, you know, use your head.
He might have been in the gardener's cottage.
My father said he was watching it on TV. He says, this Peter Jennings is a nincompoop.
Thank goodness for L. Michaels. And I'm beginning to think the sports guys are the ones with the real brains.
Yeah. You know, David Biannacooley in his column today says that Stern ought to tell his audience and his most devoted followers that it's time to stop. That would be the right thing to do. He says by not telling them, I've told them not to do it. They don't listen to me. He's saying the prankster should never have made the call, and Stern, by not firmly and seriously disavowing such poor taste phone calls during coverage, has reached the point where he shares the blame.
Excuse me.
Where is that coming from?
Mr. Biannacooley, I think it's incumbent upon news organizations to check their sources.
Yeah.
I have to question what these other sources are, if they ever call back and check to see if these people are valid or have
in other words,
real true story to tell.
You're saying by those phone callers, it shows you that the media will talk to anybody.
Absolutely, and they'll report to you what anybody says.
Thank you.
You can make up anything.
Thank you. And as a matter of fact, it certainly showed that during this whole thing that Peter Jennings
is out to lunch.
In fact, he should be watched for Suicide Watch. Gary, you've got the strangest face I ever saw. Did you see yourself on the E! Show?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
at the end of the show, we talk about your lips and how you can't get your lips over your teeth. How you couldn't actually force your lips over your teeth.
Gotcha.
I never saw... You look dopier.
One of the funniest things I have ever seen on television.
Funnier than that shot that goes right up your nostrils, Robin?
No, I didn't see that one. All I saw was you trying to stretch your teeth.
I thought Robin looked kind of pretty.
I don't know. Somebody faxed me.
Kind of pretty?
Somebody faxed me. And
yeah, I thought you looked really nice.
Somebody faxed and said, Robin's very pretty, but don't do the shot that goes up her nostrils.
I never saw that shot. I never saw anything. Except Gary's teeth. That was funny.
What is that?
Gary, I
didn't see you, but you saw my teeth.
I did.
You get the E! Network. I don't. But I got to tell you, they sent over the tape, and I'm looking at Gary's teeth. I said, this looks like the gates to O.J. Simpson's estate. I said, I've never seen anything like it.
There was that one shot where he put the paper up, and he tried to get ready.
Yeah.
He really tried to
I was
force
laughing.
his lips over
Let me see you put
his
your lips over your teeth right now.
Done.
What? Let me see. Look how the lips now look how the lips stretch over the teeth. Watch. Look.
I told you. Listen.
It doesn't look like you're relaxed.
It's a shock that I have big teeth and big lips.
All right. It's just funny. It's funny to watch on TV.
Did you see the review in the paper today?
No.
The guy said, I do have to report that Gary does have extremely big teeth.
It does not.
We got. By the way, the E! Show. I was yelling at the. I got to tell you everything that's going on with E! But I was yelling Sunday night about this shot, that shot, because it's hard working with robot cameras, and everyone's working hard to try to get this thing looking just right. And I was yelling and yelling and yelling. Then I opened up the paper this morning, and the guy gave us 3.5 stars out of 4 for the E! Show, and I go, hey, disregard everything I said.
Just forget what I said over the weekend.
But it's a work in progress. I mean, putting cameras in a studio like this using robot cameras, it's going to take time to work it all out and get it all together. But anyway, let's get back to this guy, and then I'll talk about the E! Show.
I just have to say one more thing. When Gary puts his lips over his teeth, it's like one of those bodybuilding poses.
Yeah.
You know how a guy has to work really hard to pump up his muscles?
Phone call.
Gary has to work really hard to get the lips over his teeth.
Yeah, I know, and it's like it created a scene where every bit of energy in Gary's body had to be used.
It was Friday, at the end of the week. I was out of energy. There's a guy on the phone that did something really good.
We got to talk about the Knicks, too. And I must again say, NBC.
Weren't we supposed to be celebrating today?
We will be. Thursday morning.
Yeah, we'll see. NBC is out of their minds. I am telling you, they should. Not only do we need the name of the judge in the O.J. Simpson case, we need the name of the NBC executive.
All right.
Who sits there and says, gee, 50 other channels are covering O.J. Simpson. I better cut away from a basketball game, a championship basketball game. I'm going to cut away now for the entire third period almost and cover O.J. Simpson in a car. At the very least, put the car in the lower corner of the screen and keep the game going.
But why remind people that there's something more important than this game? You should tune over to another station.
It's insanity. I mean, people want to see this game.
And if you want to see what's going on with O.J. Simpson, there are several other channels doing full coverage.
Well, you know what it was? It was a case of the guy going, gee, what's better, the game or O.J. Simpson? So I'll cover both badly. I'll cover the game badly. I'll cover the O.J. Simpson thing
The
badly.
point is, however, that they could never have gone to full coverage. There was only one place you could see the basketball game.
Why is it that these NBC executives, or television executives in general, have no brains? Why is it so apparent what they should do to everyone else but them?
You know who I bet made the decision? You know who I bet pushed
Warren Littlefield.
I bet you it was whoever is the head.
He's the same guy who lost David Letterman. Gee, I think I'll go after Jay Leno and dump Letterman. Warren. Retard.
I'll bet you it was the guy, whoever the head of the news division, probably went there and said, you know, we have legitimate news to cover, and you're not letting us, you know, do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, there's a guy in a car. We have to go cover it. You know, there's 500 other channels covering it. Stick with the game. That's what you went with? Go with it.
That was the only place you could see it, and they took that away.
All right, anyway, so over at ABC, you're the guy who made the phone call?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, how'd you get through?
Okay, what I did was, first of all, I'm also the guy that made the Dexter phone call on the LIRR.
Oh, you're the guy who did the Colin Ferguson call.
I made 2 prank phone calls this year, and they both made the paper, so I'm very happy about that.
Well, let me tell you something. I was reading the Prodigy Billboard service on computer, and many of the fans of the show were saying that whoever made that call has reached his peak of his talents. Because this call you're about to hear.
I see, okay.
All right, so you called up and you said...
what happened was this. Like you said, I was watching the Knick game. They cut away from the Knick game, which I was freaking out about. But I couldn't get through to Channel 4. That's who I really wanted to get through to because it was really annoying not to watch the game.
Right.
So what happened was I ended up calling Channel 7 again. I figured I had luck with them the first time. And I said...
They're extra stupid, I guess.
Yeah. So I called up and I said, hi, this is KTLA. I need a producer right away. So they go, KTLA? Yeah, KTLA Los Angeles. Mike Fox with you. Get me a producer now. So they go ahead, scrambling around. You know, all of a sudden the producer, hello, KTLA? Yes, that's right. We got a satellite link up over there, and we've got some mobile units on an on-site location. If you're interested, I could patch you through on a switchboard if you want. Let's do it now, though. And in the background, and they're freaking out now. I hear in the background, some guy goes, okay, we got a guy from KTLA. They're flipping out over at the Channel 7. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm cracking up. I'm trying not to laugh. So then they're just like, okay, what do you got there? And I'm yelling in the background while they're doing this. I go, okay, Chicago, line 76, go with it. You know?
You're adding atmosphere.
Yeah.
I really wanted to I had my brothers in the background. It was funny. So then finally they said, okay, we're going to give you through. You know, I put them on hold for a second. I said, we're going to try and make the call. I put them on hold. I didn't make a call. I put them back on. I said, what kind of operation are you running over there? Don't you guys know what the hell you're doing? I was screaming at the guy. I want that to get through right away. He goes, okay, we're going to give you a number right now. It's going to be direct line to the newsroom. Peter Jennings is going to pick up the phone.
So this points up again that nobody checks sources.
Let me tell you the truth. You guys have a better screening process than they do.
Gary, you should feel proud.
So,
Gary, maybe you can't cover your lips with your you can't cover your teeth with your lips, but you certainly can scream.
Are you saying I'm smarter than Peter Jennings?
I am.
I'm saying a piece of wood is smarter than Peter Jennings.
Well, I feel good.
So what happens is the next thing I know, I go ahead, I shut off my TV because I know there's going to be a delay on. I call up.
But first of all, let's just say everyone was in a state of confusion because on one channel, you know, you had 10 black guys. This is what I observed: 10 black guys playing with a ball. And the other channel had 2 black guys in a car playing with a gun. I'm saying, where are the white people at? What is it? I can't get white people on my TV.
Friday night and no white people on TV.
The only white guy I saw for a few minutes was Larry King, and that's a poor example of a white person. I said, what is this? It's like color television. They literally meant it when... But white people don't show up good on screen?
Did that guy in his article, when he wrote about this phone call, did he say anything about how the networks don't do anything to check?
No.
And how they're all in such a rush to scoop each other that they put on things like this?
No, they just blame us.
And by the way, I mean, really, what is the big deal if a guy gets through and says Baba Booey?
Right, it's not like it's the most important. It's not like a presidential funeral.
And what if it was? So what?
If the guy got on and just lied convincingly, they would appreciate that much more.
Yeah, right. Which they do all the time. So anyway, you get on. So don't let me interrupt your story. So you get on.
Right. So I end up calling up, and Peter Jennings' producer is right there next to Peter Jennings, I guess, or right behind him. And they said, okay, you're the guy that spoke that's right on location? So then all of a sudden I come up with this voice. I go, why, yes, I am. This be Robert Higgins, and I'll be across the street from O.J.
All right, so let's go listen to the tape at this point.
Okay.
All right, let's put it on right now.
And it just seems perfectly clear that Cowling wants everybody to be calm.
First of all, you know what another thing that pisses me off now that I'm listening to Peter Jennings handle this like it's a presidential funeral. This guy's worth $10 million, they say, O.J. Simpson. They should deduct from his money the amount of money it costs to have 50,000 police cars chasing him for an hour. Do you know what the taxpayers had to pay to apprehend this guy?
Well,
why do I have to pay for it?
The police didn't have to let O.J. slip through their fingers like
Fine.
that. They caused a lot of problems by not keeping an eye on O.J.
But the bottom line is you and me have to pay, and the people of Los Angeles and everyone else in the world have to pay for police protection. Why am I paying for 5 cars, helicopters, and everything else?
There were 18 cars
18
following him.
Who do you think pays all these officers? Let O.J. pay them.
And who was watching the other criminals? Was O.J. the only criminal out in Los Angeles?
There were more people out looting during this than robbing and raping and stealing.
I would like to see a report of what else happened.
All right, let's get back to the phone call. Right now, Peter Jennings is, letting things
Nobody's
happen.
Whispering anything in Peter's ear.
Right, he's looking... Peter, wake up. You look half asleep from that bad eye job. Here we go. Did he have an eye job?
I don't know.
Oh, all right, looked like it to me. Peter, wake up. Say something, quick.
I'm going to ask everybody to be quiet for a moment. We have on the phone with us as well Robert Higgins, who lives in the neighborhood and is on the ground and can see inside the van. Mr. Higgins.
Yes, how are you?
Just about as tense as you are, sir.
Oh, my Lord, this is quite tense.
What can you see?
Oh, what I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at the van, and I see O.J. kind of slouching down, looking very...
Now, at this point, my father said to me, I didn't see this. He was watching. He says, everyone knew it was a phony phone call. It was definitely a Howard Stern fan. Except Peter. Al Michaels is like, look at here now,
Peter.
I'm looking at the van. This is very tense.
Peter Jennings had turned into George Gobel on the Tonight Show set as the cigarette ashes from Dean Martin were going into the cup.
Very upset. Now, looky here. He looks very upset. I don't know what he's going to be doing.
Can you see him doing anything specific? Is he merely sitting there?
He is just sitting around, just looking like he'd be very nervous.
He's picking his toes.
Like he'd be very nervous.
He's looking like he'd be very nervous. Lordy have mercy. The man him picking his toes and looking very vulnerable. Great googly boogly.
I can't believe it.
Is it possible that Peter Jennings in his distinguished career has never spoken to a real black man?
Well, he's Canadian.
Oh, okay. They don't have many. Tell me, as long as I have a black person on the phone, can you skate with that extra bone in your ankle? Why, knows I can't. That's why we can't swim either. Our feet are too heavy and weigh us right down to the cement in the pool. Wait a second.
Can you hear anything, Mr. Higgins?
It's just too much commotion. I'd be in the back of a news van, so I can't really hear that good, but I can see it all. And I see O.J. Man, and he looks scared. And I would be scared because there's cops all deep in this.
Thank you, Mr. Higgins.
And Baba Booey to y'all.
The driveway of O.J. Simpson's home in Brentwood. Clearly an effort being made to have him come out of the vehicle in the doorway of the house.
I done be cut off the line.
Hey, does Peter know now?
Yeah, I think they might have informed him in his headphones. But he's so heroic.
Such a robot.
Yeah, a robot puppet head. That
makes no reference to it. The phone call just goes away.
What is this stuttering, John?
Keep on playing. He doesn't know it's all.
No, I'm going to keep playing. Because I want to hear Al Michaels explain Baba Booey to him.
Could you even believe that they didn't stop me right at the first word?
No.
Now looky here.
I mean, that should have been a clue for anybody.
And you were supposed to be O.J. Simpson's neighbor.
Yeah, like a guy with that voice lives in Brentwood.
Yeah. Well, I done hit oil in my backyard and I made my money that way.
I've been sitting back in the news van here and
You look very scared.
Members of the Ku Klux Klan called up and were blushing. They were so embarrassed. I mean,
we're trying to make everybody think white people are smart, Peter.
now, look here. I'm be next door to O.J. Been living here for many, many years. In fact, Mr. Drysdale coming over with my money right now.
I like that, Miss Jane.
Haven't the papers pointed out like 50 times that O.J.'s the only black guy in Brentwood?
Yeah. That's why he's suffering black stress.
His friend, Al Cowling.
Peter, by the way, just for the record, this is Al Michaels. That was a totally farcical call. Lest anybody think that was somebody who was truly across the street. That was not. He said something in code at the end that's indicative of the mentioning of the name of a certain radio talk show host.
Okay, thanks, Al.
So he was not there.
All right, we have them on every coast. Thank you very much.
What did Peter Jennings say?
We have them on every coast.
His code name.
His code name is Baba Booey.
Booey. Yes, it's indicative of some peripheral character, Baba Booey. From the talk show radio host.
Now, hold on there, Mr. Michael. I'll be right with you, Mr. Jennings, because this man is making a terrible statement about my reputation.
Peter, we have to point out that there really are no black people that talk like that anywhere
in the world.
You know, you're a real peckerhead, Peter. This is Al Michaels. I just want to go on the record as saying that. You're going to interrupt the game and...
Peter, you
that
piece
was
of wood.
not a real Negro.
Thank you, Al. I repeat, not a real Negro.
Peter, you block of wood.
I mean,
Wake up.
the words looky here should have sent you running for your life.
Did you listen to the man, Peter?
Al Michaels trying to slap some sense into Peter Jennings.
Wake up, damn it.
We got to get Al Michaels on the phone about that. That's
Peter,
just too
I'm
funny.
really surprised your head doesn't rattle.
Peter, you idiot, that wasn't a real phone call.
Look, I know Negroes.
Wait, I got to replay that.
I know Negroes. They've got woolly heads, big lips, but they don't talk like that.
It was the same producers as the Dexter phone call, by the way. I spoke with the same two guys.
Yeah?
So I guess they didn't get fired, but maybe they will now.
Oh, so you got the same two
Peter,
guys?
by the way, just for the record, this is Al Michaels. That was a totally farcical call.
What?
Lest anybody think that was somebody who was truly across
nobody thought except for Peter.
The street. That was not. He said something in code at the end that's indicative of the mentioning of the name of a certain radio talk show host.
Okay, thanks, Al.
So he was not there.
All right, we have them on every coast. Thank you very much. Not the first time nor the last time will have been had, but...
I'm too stupid to tell.
Why didn't someone tell me?
By the way, Peter, this is Al Michaels again.
Yes.
Who took your SATs for you? That was no chitlin eater.
That's it. If the police do get their hands on O.J., he will be taken to the Los Angeles County Men's Jail, where he will be held until a preliminary hearing is held, which is normally 2 weeks after he's arraigned. You probably already know from earlier today that various blood samples...
You think Peter Jennings talks like that because he's depressed about O.J.?
No,
or he's just...
I'm telling you, they're telling him that in his ear as he says it.
Right, and
maple syrup in his head.
What is that, Al?
He's got maple syrup in his head.
Thank you, Al Michaels.
If O.J. is arrested, that's if O.J.
I don't
is
think...
arrested. If O.J. is arrested...
I think if they hired me to be an anchorman, I would fail the test because I could never talk that slow and dull. It'd be like, if O.J. is arrested... I believe it will be very soon.
He will be taken to the men's prison.
Excuse me, how long have I been asleep, Robin? Well, thank you for the call.
Howard, let me tell you one thing. Peter
And by the way, I don't approve of the phone call you just made.
What's that?
I said I don't approve of the phone call you made.
Oh, I'll never do it again, Howard.
All right, thank you.
He is batting 1,000, though. Every time he calls, he gets in the news.
All I have to say is I want an SME this year.
You got it. Rip out your phone,
Guys,
please.
good talking to you.
All right, I'm going to trace you down and I'm going to stop you.
Now, look at here. I can't be founded, okay?
All right.
that. I know where you lives. You lives next door to OJ.
Now, look here, Missy.
You done give away your address.
Mr. Peter Jennings can't be getting me in no types of troubles.
All right, dude.
All right, later, Howard.
Thanks,
Bye,
man.
Robin.
Bye-bye.